I'm gonna try to make this brief, okay? So, according to Hugo Filion, the Flare Network token distribution event will take place January 9th. Come hell or high water. Y'all know what that means? That means it's time to buy EXFI in preparation for the DFLR airdrop. Sometime after the launch of Flare, there will be a random snapshot of both Flare holders and EXFI holders, right? 9 million DFLR will be airdropped to the Flare holders, and 30 million DFLR will be airdropped to the EXFI holders, where majority of the DFLR is going to the EXFI holders to reward us for our participation with the experimental Songbird network. For 50 weeks, I have been staking in Flare Finance going into week 51. How has your experience with Flare Finance been going for you? Let me know in the comments. Guys, we know that the future of Flare Finance is multi-chain, right? And once we get this DFLR, we're going to swap it for YFlare, then stake that YFlare to earn a yield in YFin to have two passive income streams with Flare Finance. Everything that we have been training for has been leading up to this moment. And I want to give a shout out to all my ninjas and samurais who have been on this journey with me. You were made for this. Now guys, all the way back in 2020, right? I participated in the Flare token snapshot using my Ledger Nano and self-custody, right? And if you did the same, you want to make sure that you have successfully added the Flare network to your MetaMask. I have the information right here. I will leave this pinned in the comment section of this video. Also, they have the information here to import wrapped Flare. You're gonna need wrapped Flare as well, so you can wrap your tokens and delegate them to the FTSOs. So we are less than 2 weeks away. You want to make sure, if you use the self-custody method, to make sure that you have successfully added the Flare network to your MetaMask so you can receive your tokens. Now, back in December 2020, Coinbase said they would support the Flare network's airdrop, right? But if you watched that interview with Thinking Crypto, Hugo said that Coinbase recently came to them and said, due to a lot of technical stuff, onboarding tokens to custody, onboarding tokens to the exchange, it's technically impossible for them to distribute their tokens to their customers on time come January 9th. They project that their customers will receive their tokens during the first half of 2023. And I'm like, the first half? Like, the first half, that could be anywhere between January and June. You know? That's a long time to not be delegating your tokens. You know, you could potentially be missing out on the DFLR airdrop and potentially 6 months of, Flare token delegation rewards. That's a long time, man. And Hugo said he was very displeased with this shit. I'm very displeased with this shit. Coinbase has already shafted their customers of their Songbird tokens. We ain't forgot about that shit. Free the Songbird, hashtag retweet me. But now after 2 years, Coinbase can't even give their customers their Flare tokens on time. That's crazy. That's crazy. And so, what are you supposed to do in between that time, while you're waiting for Coinbase to give you your Flare tokens? This is not financial advice, but you may have to buy some Flare on the open market, if you have fear of missing out. I mean, Flare is going to be distributing their tokens over the next 36 months, right? Everything depends on, this Flare improvement proposal. Once over 60% of the community receives their Flare tokens, then that Flare improvement proposal is going to go up for a vote. And so these tokens will be distributed over a 36-month period. And while you're waiting for your Flare tokens to be released from the clutches of Coinbase, you may have to buy some Flare tokens on the open market while you wait, because you don't know when the DFLR snapshot is going to be. It's going to be random. It could be, hopefully they will wait a little bit so everybody can have a chance to receive their tokens. But it could be the next day. You don't know, right? And so you may have to buy some Flare tokens on the open market while you wait for Coinbase to release your tokens. You could be delegating, right? You buy a little bit, you delegating. Let's say you delegated for 6 months. You buying all throughout that time, right? 6 months, you buying a little bit every month, right? And so then while you're delegating that, boom, Coinbase hits you with your 15%. Then you can compound that Flare with the Flare you've been buying on the open market. That's not financial advice, but if you have a fear of missing out, you may want to buy a little bit to participate in the beginning and to ensure that you don't miss out on this DFLR airdrop, Binance US just came out and said that they're not even committed to supporting the Flare airdrop, and customers are pissed off because they're saying that 2 years ago they did commit to supporting the Flare token airdrop, and now Binance US is saying they're not going to support it. So, I mean, that's messed up. These US exchanges are really messed up. Like, they're trying to stop you from getting rich, They're trying to, they say they're trying to protect the investors, but they're trying to protect the investors from getting rich. They want to keep you poor, man. I swear. And this is why self-custody is very important, man. You cannot trust an exchange to give you what is rightfully yours in a timely manner. And this is why, as soon as you get your Flare tokens, the first thing you need to do is pull your crypto off the exchanges. As soon as I get my Flare tokens, I'm going to, send them from my MetaMask to my Bifrost, and then I'm going to try to delegate them as soon as possible, It's probably going to take some time for Flare Finance to get, everything set up on the Flare mainnet, but once they do, I'll be delegating my Flare tokens just like I do my Songbird. I'll be getting Flare delegation rewards twice a week on the Flare mainnet, twice a week. We get delegation rewards on the Songbird network once a week, but on the Flare mainnet, they give out delegation rewards twice a week. So we're going to be getting fat bags of Flare, right? And on top of that, we're going to be staking this Y Flare to earn a yield in YFin, right? And we're going to be good on Flare Finance across multiple chains. We're gonna be Gucci, man. It's gonna be on and popping. But guys, you cannot depend on these exchanges to give you your airdrops. You cannot even depend on these airdrops. You cannot even depend on these exchanges to exist tomorrow. You don't know if these exchanges are even going to be around in the next couple of months, you know? And that's also why this Flare improvement proposal is so important, because we need to take the distribution out of the hands of these centralized exchanges and give it to the FTSOs, so we don't have to worry about a centralized exchange going down like Celsius or Voyager or anything like that, you know? And this is why self-custody is so important, man. Like I said, the first thing you need to do when you get your Flare tokens is pull them shits off the exchanges, man. Make sure that you get one of these decent biometric hardware wallets, man. Use my link in the description. We got a holiday special going on right now. $60 off, man. The biggest discount that I've ever had. And I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. With all the money I've invested in crypto, one of my greatest investments was a Ledger Nano, a cold storage wallet, a decent wallet. So, because people try to limit you based on your jurisdiction, where you live at, all type of bullshit, man. You don't have to go through that bullshit when you self-custody your own digital assets. You know? I'm not gonna sit here and let Coinbase tell me, you know, what I can and can't have, or not give me what's rightfully mine. You know? So use my link in the description and get one of these decent biometric hardware wallets today. So that's pretty much the end of the video. Let me know what you think about all this. Are you planning on buying Flare tokens once they hit the exchanges? Are you planning on buying EXFI in the preparation for the DFLR airdrop? Let me know in the comments. I also got to get one of these DeLorean NFTs because the Senpaku series is about to start. That's a whole nother video. But yeah, man, I'm planning on buying some EXFI today, man. I'm going to try to get, it's 25 cents right now. I'm going to try to get at least 10,000. I mean, the all-time high is $13. From 10,000, EXFI goes back up to $13. That EXFI will be worth $100,000. And that is when the fun really begins. But let me know what you think about all this. This is RPU, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.